What if I told you you could design a wood product, list it on a specific website for 30 days, and before you cut one more piece of wood, get thousands, possibly tens of thousands of dollars worth of orders in what we may call pre-sales? Now, some of you are going to say, okay, Jake, that sounds like BS. And some of you may be thinking, hey, is he talking about Kickstarter? That's right, I am talking about Kickstarter. And your first question is, I know what Kickstarter is, but people don't do woodworking products on Kickstarter. Well, most people don't know it for woodworking products, but there are specific niche woodworking products on Kickstarter. So like any good thing, there are some caveats, and the first caveat is that you can't just throw a coat rack on there and expect to get all this money. Unless something is incredibly special and unique that no other coat rack has done before. I don't know what that would be, but I know of Kickstarter because I play a lot of board games with my kids, and I have backed some board games on Kickstarter. And that is the big niche that I know of where you could do some very specific woodworking to possibly get all these sales. And we will go into some of these projects here in a few minutes, and I'll show you what they've built, and I'll show you what they've made and how much they've made. But a couple more caveats. Now, Kickstarter gets its cut, of course, and at some point you'll have to pay the tax man, but you will factor that into the price. Some of these projects also are using specific tools, some laser engravers, some CNC machines. Not all of them, but I would say a majority of them. So yes, that will keep a lot of other people out because they do not have that type of equipment. But some of them do not. And if you've never heard of it, roughly the way Kickstarter works is you put up a product and you make a advertisement selling page, whatever you want to call it. And I believe you get 30 days. And you put a goal on there. I want to make $3,000. And people will pledge money towards that goal, but they get something in return. Obviously, the product. But they will usually do tiers of the product. Like for this base price, you'll get the regular product. For this next price, which is more, you'll get this product in a better type of wood, so on and so forth. And after 30 days, if you've reached that goal, then the project is a go. Congratulations. And then the biggest problem you'll have to worry about is that now you might have tens of hundreds of orders that you need to get done. If it doesn't reach your goal, then everyone gets their money back, no harm, no foul. As far as I know. I'm not a Kickstarter expert here, but no doubt there are plenty of videos here on YouTube to show you how to do that. The next little caveat is this is not like Etsy where you just throw up some photos and a small little description on what your product is about. All these landing pages look really nice. They have videos, lots of pictures, lots of description. Now with the AI programs, Chat, GPT, and Grok, these can really help you out with these. But it'll take a little more effort to make these landing pages than what you would do for Etsy. So, without further ado, let's go take a look at some of these products and see how much money people made on this. All right, here we go. Let's start out, as I was saying, board game niche. Here is a board gaming table. They raised $63,000, 53 backers. Here is the different kind of pledges I was telling you about. Hey, $1, thanks for showing up and just supporting my project. $69, you get the felt top. And for $8.49, you get the basic 3x5 table. Here's the description. If you want to go up to over 1,000 here for the master table, and then $12.99 for the 4x6. But wow, that's like a year's salary for most of us, right? On to the next one. All right, I'm hiding this for a little bit because this blows my mind. $1.1 million. You would just have to cancel the next 2 years of your life and build these tables. Or, yeah, maybe you'd have to set up a small factory, I'm guessing. And these tables go from $14.99, let's see, to that's a bulk order for three or more tables. Now, these tables don't come assembled. They're in pieces, and the customer assembles them, so which would make for easier shipping. But shipping something this large, yeah, that would be a pain. Let's see what else we got. Here's another table. They raised 194,000. Next table. Oh my goodness, $4 million. This is a modular table, I guess we'd call it. Wow, that's pretty amazing. You would you maybe just hire your neighborhood to, help you build these, I think. Well, that's a lot of money in some other currency. And here's one 2.5 million. This literally blows your mind. You just set up a business just to build these tables, which, by the way, there are a lot of them. Board gaming is become more and more popular. So this would work out. All right, some more modest ones. Here's some board game trays to hold pieces. Um, they only wanted 1,000 and they got 13,000. $29 product, they got 175 backers. This is pretty cool. Look at this. Only wanted 2,000. They got 49,427 backers. This is a nice little modular kit for, I guess, a D&D thing for board games and whatnot. Yes, obviously a lot of these you're gonna have to require some special tools. Here's another little board game box. Only wanted 5,000, made 19. That's pretty simple. You could probably do that with a router. So that's one of the simpler ones. Something a little more advanced, 33,000. But you could still probably do this with the router if you wanted to. You'd just be really busy. A little bit simpler one. Looks like it's in the shape of a coffin. Did some engraving, maybe a laser engraver on that, and only wanted 5, made 8. Pretty cool. There's another one, made 7,000. A little box here out of Canada, made 6,000. Canadian currency. Okay. So and this one would be easy too. You wouldn't need any special tools, obviously, well, except for the laser engraver. But all right, now let's go to some other items that are not in the board game niche. I did this right before I did this segment, and it kind of surprised me. Look at this. This is actually still going on. They only wanted $646. They've raised 443. They have 28 days to go. I guess apparently I misspoke. You can go up to 60 days. They just recommend 30 days. So you can make it up to 60 if you want. But these are just little sake cups made out of wood and lacquered. So this is a cutting board, which has magnets in it. So you can make the cutting board as large as you want. It's got all these little nifty things. Um, they're all up to $5,000 almost. I only wanted 4,000. And this is still ongoing. So just in the last 17 days, they've raised that much. Looks like it's a pretty cool little thing. He actually uses a YouTube video to advertise it. This is kind of what the landing page. You see how advanced this gets, but not impossible, not too hard to do. Just a lot of fancy camera work, but you could do that. Show how the product's used, show what makes it special, and this is how you get the bucks rolling in. Here are some serving plates just made out of wood. You could do this with the router. Pledge is almost up. They only wanted 1,200. They've got 1,900. So they're making their goal and they'll make a little more. Here is a bread box. Only wanted just under 2,000 and they've already got 12,000. No, this is how you make this is like the art of selling for anything else, right? Specialized Japanese wood, Japanese artisans. I'm sure they are, but that makes it a little more special than something you buy at IKEA or maybe even just something you buy off of Etsy, right? It's all about the selling technique. I'm not sure what this is. Um, some kind of stackable box for storage and storing things, but in British pounds, 21,000 pounds. Okay, so here's another. This is out of Canada. Um, these are just pens with exotic wood. They have these kits at wood stores like Rockler. They sell the kits. You can buy these kits, I think, online, and you just add the wood. So they did this. They only wanted 500. They made over 3,000. That's pretty crazy because, anyone could do that. This is a nifty little bike thing. No special tools for this. Um, they made $14,000. A ring box. They wanted $2,000. 22 backers. They made it. Make some ring boxes. This is another board game thing. Some of these dates really varied. I was just trying to go around and show you just the variety of wood products on here. They weren't all just board gaming stuff, obviously. But yeah, the dates kind of varied. But they do keep the projects on here that didn't make it because you'll see them. If they don't reach the 100% funded, it'll say, whatever it was funded. But they keep them on here. So you see the ones that failed. I hardly see any that fail. Unless I'm mistaken and they actually do take those off, but I have seen some failed ones when I was searching around for wood products. So they're on there. All right, I hope that got your creative gears starting to turn a little bit, got those creative juices flowing about a real untapped kind of resource for woodworkers that has the potential to make an incredible amount of money. Obviously, it's not going to turn out for everybody, but it could turn out for you if you put the work in, put the design in, and you never know what could happen. So thank you for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. Hope you check out some of my other videos, and please like and subscribe. We will see you on the next one.